It's the Jef and Clo Podcast Show. We ate a lot of tacos, now we really have to go, cause it's the Jef and Clo Podcast Show. Oh, it's Jef and Clo and Jef and Clo and Jef and Clo and Jef and Clo. And just in case you didn't remember, it's Jef and Clo. Jef and Clo.
Hey, 19. How's the rest of the song go?
Don't know.
It's Starsky and Hutch. No, wait. It's
No.
Who did that song? My brain. I gotta drink more coffee. Hold on.
Is that the Rolling Stones?
No. Hey, 19.
Oh, they have
by,
They have a song with 19 in it.
what song are you doing?
I don't know. Are you Googling?
I need to. I'm so bad.
Hi, and
That's
welcome to
one
the
of my
19th
favorite
episode of the
bands.
Jef and Clo Podcast, and it will begin with 5 minutes of research. Dave clearly was prepared to start off with a song that he wanted to sing and then not have any clue.
I'm just kidding. I know exactly who this is.
Oh, sure. The Google machine knows who it is.
I named my daughter after one of their songs.
Oh, okay. And?
It's Steely Dan.
Oh, okay.
You don't remember this?
No.
Oh.
I'm not as old as you, Dave.
You don't have to be old to have gotten into Steely Dan Asia.
Oh, I'm not saying that I don't like Asia. I'm just saying I don't know like every track off of every album. I didn't own an Asia album as a child.
This is Steely Dan Asia.
I didn't start listening to like rock records until like probably late 80s.
Well, is that when Band-Aid came out?
Yes, of course. I'm going to make some puppets for Band-Aid.
Did you ever make Steely Dan puppets?
I did not, and thank you for noticing.
I didn't notice. I asked.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the number 19. I actually have the number 19 tattooed on the back of my neck because I am a huge fan of Stephen
You saw
King's...
that?
Oh, yeah, yes.
I didn't think
in a
you
mirror.
saw that.
Yes, I broke
thought
out my mirror to look at my patient portal, and I saw the tattoo.
I thought maybe somebody did that to you and you didn't know. I wasn't going to tell you. But
Gotcha.
yeah,
Well,
you have a big
I get-
19 on the back of your neck.
Yes, and people ask me about it all the time. What's the 19 mean? And it's basically Stephen King has a 7-book series, The Dark Tower, and in the book series, when the main characters see the number 19 or things that add up to the number 19, they realize that they know that they're on the right path. So it kind of means fate or everything's okay. So it's a little difficult to explain to people because Dark Tower is more of a Western sci-fi romance kind of thing. It's not his standard horror, so most Stephen King fans, or what would call themselves fans, aren't really familiar with the Dark Tower series. Plus, it's 7 books that just get progressively longer with every single book.
Like this story.
But yeah, and then, I think Carrie Ann mentioned to me, like with the Blues winning the Stanley Cup this year, she's like, are you going to get a tattoo for the Blues? And I said, well, actually, I've got music notes already tattooed on my left forearm and a 19 on the back of my neck. So I've got basically a Blues logo in the year that they won the Cup. So I don't know that I even need to add one.
Wow, that's something
Maybe
else.
it was, as Stephen King would say in The Dark Tower, Ka, which is like fate.
Ka.
Ka.
That's similar to what Spicoli would say in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Ka.
Ka.
Probably not
So-
fate for him. He's probably saying something like, "Huh."
Yeah. No.
That's very deep.
Yes, it's very deep. Deep tracks of movies. But we talked about 4th of July recently because we celebrated that here in the States. But this week, the day before we are recording this, was Bastille Day in France. Have you heard of this,
great,
Dave?
yeah, great Rush song.
Oh, okay. See, you're like pulling out all this stuff that, I saw Rush in concert, but I don't... Is there really a song called Bastille Day?
Yes.
Or just Bastille?
No, wait, yes was the band last week. Affirmative.
Affirmative. So yeah, it's a French national holiday. That there was a storming of Bastille on July 14th, 1789. It was a big turning point in the French Revolution. So
So theirs happened first.
yes. Well, no, 1789. The Americans were 1775.
6.
Or 77. Yeah. You caught me off guard.
How do you know I was talking about the French when I said theirs?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Clo is French.
Right. I don't know that this was truly France's I almost said French as like a mustard. I don't know that this was France's independence per se, but it was a big step towards
an excuse for a party.
The end of the French Revolution. So that's kind of what they celebrate as a national holiday. But I saw a video, there was like a news article online about Bastille Day and like the big hullabaloo about the presentation that they did in the streets of France, like where the president of France was this dude. He's an inventor. His name is Frankie Zapata, which is almost like just an extended version of Frank Zappa. But he is an inventor.
Zapatos
means shoes in Spanish. Yes, I do
Very
remember
good,
that. But
I learned that from Beto O'Rourke.
Oh, okay, good. As you were both eating dirt together. Sitting down to a nice meal of...
Trying to not get any in our zapatos.
That's right. Or you just dump them out of your zapatos and you use your zapatos as a bowl.
We also use our zapatos in a way to fly home with some, for the family.
Right, exactly. You can
put a little extra dirt.
That's right.
In your zapatos.
Sneak it through customs in your zapatos.
Don't dog it, it works.
But yeah, this guy, Frankie Zapata, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, he invented what's called a flyboard. So essentially what this is I think I've seen this on like a TV show, probably while he was working on it.
Is that like Back to the Future kind of thing?
No, this thing is essentially like a drone that you stand on. And he's got this backpack on his back that I assume has got like a lot of electronics and the battery and all that stuff. I mean, this thing like flies him way up in the air and he's just standing on it.
Oh.
And it's freaky looking. I mean, he's just like kind of leaning. It's similar to the Back to the Future, except instead of the hoverboard only being, 3 inches off the ground, this thing was getting 30, 40, 50 feet up in the air. I'm sure it could go higher. But yeah, it was freaking me out.
He will die on it someday, I guess.
Of course. But I mean, as you know, I'm a licensed commercial drone pilot, so I'm fascinated with the idea that this looks like a drone that's powerful enough to lift a human being. But I will say that one of the odd things was that what he was carrying while he was on his flyboard was a rifle. And it's like, I don't know. If I'm going to be up flying around, I'm going to keep my hands free.
Yeah.
It's like running, really fast down a sidewalk with something in your hands. If you trip, you don't have your hands to put out in front of you. The rifle just seems like I don't really understand why he was carrying the rifle.
if your engine fails and you're falling from the sky,
shoot yourself.
Would shooting at the ground, would that help slow you down some?
No, I don't. I'm not sure that the equal and opposite reaction of the rifle shot, because that would imply that shooting a rifle into the ground while you're standing on the ground would launch you into the air.
Well, do the math and get back to me.
Well, no, I don't need to do the math. I already know for a fact that if you shoot a rifle into the ground, you do not lift off the air. It does not have that much kickback.
Maybe just enough to keep you alive.
Well, no, I don't think so. I think it was mainly just because this was,
if you're in a Bond movie,
a celebration of a war and the French Revolution, maybe that he's carrying a rifle. But I thought it was very odd that he was flying around. But yeah, you got to go check this thing out. It was really cool.
And kind of scary when you think about the future and people flying around.
Oh, yeah.
Hoverboards with guns.
Well, at first,
looking down
when
on
I saw the video before they kind of zoomed in, I thought the dude was like on a jetpack. I'm like, what the heck is going on? This guy's just flying through the air with nothing. And then he would just stop and hover, and it was pretty cool, pretty weird, pretty scary.
What's it going to be like to walk underneath someone who's on a drone that's blowing enough air to lift a human, and then he flies over your head, and then how much wind is that coming down on top of you?
I don't know. I guess
do the math.
Do the math and get back to me. Yes, I was about to use that on you.
Too slow, Jeffrey.
Dadgummit. But yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. So happy Bastille Day, Français. Baguette.
Oui, je parle français.
A little Flight of the Conchords. Fa de fa fa, fa de fa 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 fa. Yes. So speaking of drones, though, today, the day after Bastille Day, is Amazon Prime Day, which actually
Bigger
Amazon
deal.
Prime Day is 2 days, so kind of a stupid name.
Durr.
They should call it Amazon Prime Days.
Yeah.
So this is just like their special day that they do tons of huge sales. Did you buy anything from Amazon today?
I didn't. I didn't realize that was going on.
Well, you have one more day because Amazon Prime Day, apparently they don't understand how a day works.
Last 2 days.
Yes. But yeah, Amazon, there was some change to the regulations from the FAA recently, like a month ago, where they're now going to allow like package deliveries by drones, like autonomous drones, no operator. These things will be set up to fly to a specific location. They have all these sensors so they don't run into certain things. And they're saying that
That'd be kind of fun.
I don't know. See,
That'd be disappointing though if I order something and I'm standing out on my porch waiting for this drone to bring it, and then here comes the drone, but it's got a guy standing on it with a rifle. And it's like, here's your package. And I'm like, well,
I don't think
that's not what I was
I
expecting.
don't think that's how it works, but I totally would not be disappointed. That would still be
That'd still be kind of
super
cool.
cool. Yeah, he would. Here's your package, and then he just shoots you in the neck.
Yeah, right on your old number 19.
But yeah, they're going to be doing this like in a matter of like months. They say like within a few months they're ready to go. They've been working on this since like 2013, honing and refining their drones. I had to say refining, so I didn't say honing drones because drone hone, it's too much of the same.
Yeah, but you said it anyway.
I
so
did. I
thanks.
just unfortunately I like to throw myself under the drone, as it were.
Yeah. Someday buses will be drones, huh? Is that what you're saying with that?
Maybe, yes. Throw yourself under the drone.
Get on the drone bus.
You're right. I don't know what they would call that, but
Drone bus?
yeah, probably. But like the thing that freaks me about
That's what I'd call it.
the drone bus. You're super creative, Dave. You should get into marketing.
How are you going to get there? Drone bus.
Drone bus. Yeah, there you go. That's cool. But it would freak me out though because you have these drones, and I mean, I'll tell you, drone propellers, they'll be able to, like, even the one that I have, which is primarily just the propellers are only enough to carry the weight of the drone itself and the camera, and they're just these thin little plastic propellers. But like if you were to accidentally get your finger near the drone as it's operating, I mean, you're going to get some pretty significant lacerations. So the power of the drone that's going to be required to carry, I want to say it's up to a 5-pound package to start with. So you're not going to be able to get everything. You're going to have to order light stuff if you want the drone to come to your house. And you need to be within 15 miles of a drone facility. So they're only allowed to go 15 miles from the facility and carry up to 5
I'm going to
pounds.
order like a pen or something.
There you go. But
A la pluma.
oh, jeez, back to this Espanol.
Sí.
Or you could order a lapis.
¿Por qué?
Isn't that a pencil?
La lápiz.
La lapis. What's just lapis?
Sí.
Okay. See. It's just gonna freak me out though with this thing. Like it says, we can detect people and animals from above. Well, I hope so. I don't want to be standing out in my driveway with my headphones on, like sweeping, and this thing just comes and, well, it can't really cut my hair off, but for other people, that would be disappointing.
I see what you're saying. I mean, what if, you don't know? Like you said, you have your headphones on. What if they haven't figured out yet? Oh, yeah, if you're wearing headphones, it doesn't know you're a person. And it tries to,
that doesn't make any sense.
attack.
Well,
No, it doesn't.
Well, the weird thing was it was talking about how the sensors...
When do I ever make sense?
This is true. But the weird thing was that it was talking about how the sensors are so refined that it is able to detect things like phone or electrical wire or clothesline, like to avoid that. Yet somehow it's a major feat that they have been able to now make it detect people and pets. And it's like, if you can pick up a clothesline, hopefully you can see, the 200-pound man standing in his yard.
210.
But I don't like the fact that, right now with a package, when it comes, it gets up on your porch or somewhere that it's not just exposed to the elements.
Well, if somebody puts it there, it doesn't just get up on your porch on its own.
It depends on the package you order.
You order a package and it gets up on your porch.
I ordered a pair of legs. The guy just set it at the curb and they made their way up to my door. But still, it's like, because the thing is,
Wow.
it says that if it's going to scan for a safe place to land, and if it doesn't find a safe place to land, it will find a close by area that fulfills its objective of delivering the
Drop
package.
your box.
Right. So what if it's just laying like in the sidewalk 2 houses down? But
In the
that's
gutter or something.
objective completed. Yeah. So I kind of like things on my, maybe even open my storm door and stick it between the door and the storm door.
You're asking a lot from a drone.
Or at least just keep it out of the rain. So we'll have to see how that works out. But if they
We're
start,
going to probably have to start putting like little Amazon landing pads in our front yards.
yeah, well, it might even get to the point where people just start having these little, almost like helipads on their roofs that are little flat
And how
spaces.
different is that than what I said?
Well, did you say
I
on
said
the house?
front yard.
Okay.
I said front yard.
Well, that's what I'm
Okay,
talking
you
about. But
said
then
how.
you'd have to have a contraption where it's like a chute.
Package goes inside
Right.
so no one can steal it.
Yeah, that would work.
Hey, why don't we invent the Jef and Clo
Drone pad?
Amazon landing pad,
Amazon landing pad.
drone pad?
By Jef and Clo Technologies.
yeah.
Tired of your drone leaving packages on your neighbor's driveway?
Or in the gutter?
Fear not. With the Jef and Clo Technologies drone pad. In the gutter? Yes. So there we go. That's a start. Maybe that'll be the next commercial that we do.
All right. Let's do it.
Well, that was Shave Clef Technologies, but maybe that has to be specific for the shameless plugs because it's Shave Clef.
Yeah, but I think Shave Clef needs to be our trademark for any
Okay.
any invention we make.
Shave
'cause
Clef Technologies. All right, perfect. The drone pad is going to be marketed, and next year it will be on sale during Amazon Prime Day, which is also 2 days long.
And for those of you who didn't catch, Shave Clef is a combination of Dave and Jeff.
Well, and Schaefer.
But with Schaefer,
Schaefer
Clo.
and Dave, and Clo and Jeff.
yes.
Yes.
Pretty brilliant, huh?
Shave Clef, yes. And a clef is like a musical term, so it works out well because we are musicians. In case y'all haven't realized that we have a full album we released earlier this year out on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Pandora, you name it. So go check out Another Stupid Joke by Jef and Clo.
Nice. And it's also a chin term.
It's a chin term?
Clef.
Oh, I think that's cleft. I don't think it's just cleft. It's cleft. There's a T at the end.
Eh.
And that's not a chin, that's your lip.
We,
The
no,
cleft
that's a,
palate.
that's the lip. The chin is a cleft chin.
Oh. Okay. well,
Right?
I'm learning something. No, I don't know anything about cleft chins. Cleft chin, Clyde. Are you Googling again?
Yeah.
It's the research
you're right.
time.
It's cleft chin too.
Okay.
So much of my childhood was a lie.
Or maybe
know-
just you had horrible teachers.
Yeah. I think people when I'd say things wrong, they thought it was cute. They just let me do it.
Do you still say Paschetti?
Paschetti. Oh, it's not that.
No. No, I know you know how to say spaghetti. I used to say, instead of pecan,
Pecan.
I used to love pecan pie as a kid,
Pecan.
but I always just called it peckin' pie.
Pecan pie.
So,
Peckin'
peckin'
pie.
pie. And yes, again, the parents and everybody thought that was just hilarious, and they encouraged me to continue saying peckin' pie.
I think pecan
And then
pie is funny.
probably one day I was humiliated among people who did not think it was so cute.
I used to say ironic instead of coincidental.
See episode 18. I'm pretty sure we brought that up on another episode as well.
We certainly did.
When we were reviewing episode 18, I realized that I'm pretty sure we had mentioned both Ironic and Alanis Morissette in a previous episode.
It should be in every episode. Forever, I was calling it, the word sarcasm.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to trademark this word, but
Okay.
I called it starcasm.
Starcasm. That's actually
I thought
sounds
it
like
was-
a cool band name.
I know. Yeah, trademark it.
Starcasm. Well, you better act fast because we just threw that out there into the public domain.
I know. Well, I gotta cover it by Friday or leave this part out of it.
Yep, there you go. So anyway, with Prime Day days, it also just reminds me, like, they're talking about all these, like, there's all these articles online about, well, you can save on this and save on that. See the best deals on this, the best deals on that, 30% off, 40% off. In these sales, when they do huge sales, whether it's at a store or on Amazon, it's just a reminder of how high the profit margin is 95% of the year, because they're basically saying, well, we can sell this at 60% of the price and still be profitable, but we're only going to do it today or during President's Day weekend. So
there's a sales term. It's or a sales pitch. I forget what you'd call it. No, but anyway, so every salesman is taught to give them a reason to buy today.
Right.
Not okay, well, yeah, go check around and
ABC, Dave. ABC.
Always be cheerful.
No, very close though.
Always be corrupt. Even closer, right?
I mean, now we're moving away back into politics. No, you're incorrect.
All my best, Clo.
You added an M in there. Always be closing.
Always be Clo.
Oh, always be Clo.
Sing.
Yes.
On my Buckeye Cruise cards, when I put the times that I play, I came up with the idea to title that section "Closing Times." And I do that song, and I pronounce it like that.
Closing time. Nice.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Sounds awful.
Jeff, that's mean.
Right, I know. Just like you do Clorox and make it look like the Clorox bleach logo.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen that too. That's very clever. I like that. But yeah, so
I'm just full of cleverness.
Yes, you are. But in Minnesota today, apparently there was a strike at one of the Amazon fulfillment centers at around 3 o'clock. I don't know what time zone they're in. And they just want more money, or I don't know what they want. So apparently...
I guarantee it's money.
Well, yes, but do you want to know how many people... I mean, you can imagine an Amazon fulfillment center. I have one right up the road from me, and it's massive. So you have to imagine on Amazon Prime Day how many people are working. And you want to know how many people walked out on the strike today?
300. No.
You're close.
20,000.
30.
1,000?
No, just 30.
Oh, 30?
Yeah. So 30
That's all that
people
work there? It's all machines?
No, everybody else stayed inside and did their job.
It's all drones?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But
it's all drones filling the order and everything.
It's like worst strike ever. They're like trying to make this stand.
Guys.
Well, what's worse is that if you're trying to say that we deserve more pay for the work that we're doing, guess what? You just bailed on the thousands of people inside the building that are still doing their job. And now you're making them work harder because there's 30 less people that are on the clock.
Oh, good
that
point,
are not
Jeff.
in the building. But yeah, I don't understand strikes like in that regard. I mean, unions
a lot
and
of
stuff.
the times, yeah.
But like in this instance, no one's forcing you to work at Amazon. If you don't like it, go find another job.
Yeah,
I don't.
Pay is up right now, so
right,
and employment is up, so. Supply and demand says you could probably...
I'm a master of employment, okay? I've been creating jobs and putting them out there for the American workforce. You're welcome.
You remember Trump said he didn't like it when you do his voice.
Well, yeah, that's okay. I don't mind. I like poking
Or was that
the bear.
Trump? Was that Trump just now?
No, that was me.
Oh, okay.
Dadgummit.
Boy.
We can't get Trump that often.
Yeah. Just every now and then.
Right.
Well, I was thinking about Amazon. When Amazon gets to the point to where they can make a delivery, a zone delivery from...
A zone delivery?
Sorry. when they can make a drone delivery from just right down the street, because there's,
fulfillment center.
Fulfillment center, when they have one of those in every town, at the point that you can order it and have it delivered faster than you can get in your car and go buy it down at the mall. Yeah. What's going to happen to malls and stores?
Well, it's already happening.
I know, but I mean, it's going to be over when they can. The only reason we buy things now from a store is, I want it right now, not tomorrow.
Right.
But when it's like, no, it'll be here in about an hour or less, and you're like, well, that's how long it'll take me to go get it.
Right.
Then who's going to get in their car?
Well, not
At some
many
point,
people.
we won't have to leave our cars, and at some point, we won't have to do anything. We'll just get inside these giant tubes and get all hooked up to it until we
The
wake
Matrix.
up one day. Yes. It's so coming true.
Dave
isn't
is
it?
the one.
I'm the one? Probably.
You're like Neo. It's Niklo.
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 No, it sounds a little weird.
Niklo is going to start a band called Starcasm
Shh, don't tell everybody.
and melt the faces of everyone across the world.
I promise not to do that.
Speaking of Keanu Reeves and fictitious bands, you know about the new Bill and Ted movie?
No.
Yeah, there's a new Bill and Ted. They're filming it right
Starring
now.
the same guys?
That is correct. Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves.
So it should be like Grandpa Bill and Grandpa Ted.
No, they don't look like grandpas yet.
Yeah, they've kept themselves pretty.
Yeah,
fit.
Keanu Reeves is having a resurgence lately, like with social
I'm
media.
sorry to hear that.
Well,
Oh, is that a good thing?
I don't know. I mean, it's not, apparently he's a really nice guy and very personable, and he
Have you seen all those pictures of him with women?
with women.
Did we talk about that? Yeah.
No.
There's all kind of pictures of him online, and he's standing there with women. But when you zoom in close on his hands, he's got open hands facing out to the camera. He doesn't actually put his arms around these girls that are all hugging on him. He's like,
That's smart.
I'm not touching. He's like, I'm not touching.
That's smart.
I'm just standing here.
Yep.
Yeah, so I have to do that too.
Unfortunately, he paints his palms red, so regardless of whether he touches them, he's always caught red-handed.
Jeff, I'm so sorry you went there.
I know, so am I. I was like regretting it about 7
As you're
words
saying.
in, and I was at that point I had committed. I was too far in. I had to go there.
When I edit it, I think I'm going to put that joke like 5 times to the rest of the,
Fine.
just to make you relive it over.
Thank
and
you.
over.
Thank you. So
Maybe at least one more.
I'm going to shift gears here, but
Please do.
have you heard?
Green thumbs.
Have you heard of Green Thumbs? Oh goodness! Now you need to wah yourself.
No, I was making fun of you. I'm going to get off of that bad joke and tell a
Okay.
green thumb joke. Yeah.
Well, it's still going to be horrific. But the Dominican Republic. Have you heard about like all the people dying there lately?
No.
No.
Why are they dying?
For a variety of reasons. There have been 11 Americans who have died in the Dominican Republic just this year, and most of them like they went there.
Oh, I did. Yes,
Yeah,
I
it's
did
like
hear about
they
this.
say that it's maybe they like a guy just died like yesterday or something because his soda tasted funny that he got at a resort.
Tough way to go. But he wasn't even sick when he got
No,
there.
he was not at all. But yeah, I mean, just like people getting like they go there and they just get this mysterious illness or they can't breathe, and then like in a day they're dead. Or there's been a couple people now. These people I don't feel so sorry for. Like women that go over there looking for super El Cheapo plastic surgery that goes awry.
That's where I get my plastic surgery.
Is it? Well, you might
Yeah.
want to reschedule your next
Visit to not happen.
rhinoplasty. Huh?
Reschedule it to not happen.
Yes, just reschedule it not to happen. I need
Okay.
I need a co-host. When you really start to get on my nerves, I will schedule the appointment for you. But for
But
now,
all the pressure to look good,
right? I know.
that's what happens.
I know. But it baffles me. Like if someone tried to offer me
They won't.
free airfare, round trip, resort at Dominican Republic right now, I would say no, thank you. No.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I,
just
I heard it might be bootleg alcohol that isn't, properly done.
Gotcha.
And that it's
I
got
see.
some kind of hepatitis G in it or something.
hepatitis G. Wow. That's a strain we're not aware of. That's why no one's been able
Yeah.
to figure it out because we have not identified hepatitis G at this
If
point.
it does turn out to be that, people are going to come questioning me. You get that knock on the door.
Yeah, if you guys receive a package from Dave in the mail and there's any weird liquids or powders inside, it's probably hepatitis G. Just a heads up.
I would never do that to any of our listeners.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I sent out new shipments of our cards that people have been putting everywhere to Linda and Lisa because they went through all of them. And we want to implore all of you, if you want to help promote the show, go to iwantcards@jeffandclo.com. That's right. And
I like the fact that she was putting cards in another musician from the cruise that we do.
in a tip bucket, yes.
In his tip jar. Yeah.
Yes, Dan Orr, that is correct.
And so I'm sure Dan was excited to get that instead of money.
I'm sure she put money in there too.
Oh, yeah. But when he pulled that out, he went, oh, yes.
This is what I wanted.
My favorite.
It's like the Wonka golden ticket.
This is what I would have bought with the money.
But yes, so email us at iwantcards@jeffandclo.com. I will send you cards
He will.
for free. Now, I'm not going to send you a ton of cards
That's a pretty
because
good deal.
it costs us money to make the cards. It costs me postage to send you the cards. But as is evidenced by both Lisa and Linda, I have sent them 2 shipments of cards. And
Wow.
I want to say that Carrie Ann and I are taking my kids to Kings Island on Thursday. And oh boy, I can't wait for all of the possible places that I can put a Jef and Clo card.
Oh, yeah.
So many places. I will be
I'll be
wearing
at
my
Kings
Jef and Clo
Island
hat,
about
of
a
course.
month later.
Really?
Yeah.
When are you
For a
going?
reunion. I used to play at Kings Island.
Yes, we've discussed that.
I know. And but not everyone's heard every single episode, so they're having a reunion for all the entertainers that have played over the years. And so far, we're both going to make it.
Awesome. I was
No,
going to say that sounds like
there's
a real
thousands.
nerd fest.
Oh, wait till they hear you say that.
Well, I'm just saying you guys were
No.
like young, you needed the money. You know, this wasn't I
We
don't know.
weren't prostitutes, Jeff. We were musicians. Okay, there's not a big difference.
Exactly. But I'm just saying when you're
No.
young and you're doing gigs and you're
But
at a
some of these people, I hope, show up, have gone off to Hollywood and become big stars, huge, massive stars whose names
have
I
they
can't
become
remember.
big sarcasms is what I want to know.
Sarcasms. And no, people, there's a lot of people that have gone on to be big stars at Disney and
Prostitutes.
theme parks, shows, cruise ships.
Nice.
No. Yeah, people have done all kind of things from the group, so it'll be fun to get back together. Because
And then there's
pretty much,
you.
I did it 3 summers, so I met tons of people during that
Right.
time, and then it'll just be fun to.
Some
see
people went
everybody.
on to move to Nashville and become failures.
Oh,
I'm joking. Dave
by doing
Dave-
podcasts with failures.
Right. Hey, I'm gonna say for the record,
Say
just
it.
because that's out of love, that your accomplishments as a musician outweigh mine by
16
it's like an
pounds.
elephant compared to a feather.
Wow.
And I still feel like I've
I'm
done
the
some
elephant?
pretty cool things as a musician in the course of my life. But if you put them on a scale, I am the feather and you are the elephant. So
Don't stop.
Jef and
Please.
Clo hat off to you, Dave.
Just keep going.
Yes, that's all I have. I can't. I feel dirty if I say it
Oh,
anymore.
come on.
But yeah, I'm gonna. Did you know they brought the bat back? The bat.
Oh, the bat?
yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, my dad.
Is that the
and my
one you
brother-
hang on?
Yes, my
They
dad. and
closed
my
that
brother-
after like one season, didn't
I
they?
know. I think my dad and my brother were on like one of the last rides, if not the last time it was ever on, because it was shut down so many times, and people would have to get out and walk down those little, metal stairs down this, the rail or whatever. Which that would just be. I'd be like, just push me off, and I'll just plummet to my death because
I
the heart
shouldn't tell
attack I'm
this
going to
story.
suffer. Huh?
I probably shouldn't tell this story, but
Go ahead.
I had a friend who lost one of 2 of his manly parts.
One of 2.
Just to give you
Okay.
on that ride. Yeah.
Well, because there's a 2-pack and then there's a
no,
one for.
just of the 2-pack, he lost one of those.
Okay, so a quarter fell out of the coin purse. Okay, I gotcha.
More like a marble.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay. How on the bat?
On the bat.
Oh
yes.
my goodness.
Surprised they're bringing it back. But they probably fixed that, I mean, I would assume.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a completely different design. It's in a completely different area of the park because I want to say that they put the vortex
This was decades ago.
over by where the bat used to be. So I haven't been to Kings Island in forever. So I'm kind of looking forward. Yeah, I spent my entire childhood there on a daily basis. It's luckily the weather is supposed to be good as far as precipitation goes, but it is going to be a high of 93.
And then you're coming back home, what, Friday morning or?
No, we'll come home the same night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, and then what's even more exciting about your week than that?
The fact that you're going to be in town?
Yeah. Swing by and see your gig.
That's right. So you can pick up tickets.
And cards.
And cards. And then, do you want to talk about what we're going to possibly do?
By the time this airs, all this will have already happened.
That's right.
And then, Sunday afternoon, I believe.
Because we're coming up on our 20th show, which is a big number.
Before you even hear 19, the day before you hear this episode, we are going to get together and do a podcast recording at Jeff's house in his studio together.
Live. Right,
we'll see what that's like when we can actually get back to me making Jeff laugh a lot.
Right, interacting.
By giving him funny looks.
Well, boy, here we go.
I know.
We're going to do it back to back. I'm going to act like we're tied to a chair in like
might be a good idea.
Old Western movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the deal. Episode 20, it will be since episode 1, where we were on a cruise ship walking around with a little device and handheld microphones. This will be the first podcast that we've recorded in the same room or area as each other.
That's right. And it's number 20. And we're proud of ourselves for being able to stick with something this long.
That's right.
And continue to make this happen. No, it's been a lot of fun, Jeff, I got to say. I've enjoyed every other minute of it.
Okay. 50-50. That's good.
Yeah.
It's better than like 40-60. So
exactly. By 10%.
Yeah. And, I was actually talking to my dad today, and he said to me, he's like, I heard, because he listens to all the episodes, he's like, I've heard you guys talk about how you change, and my dad's had some medical issues, so maybe he's on different medications, and he doesn't pick up on this because he's typically a pretty smart guy, or maybe he just doesn't pay close enough attention, but he's like, I heard you guys talk about, like, changes to the jingle, but I'm not sure what part in the jingle I'm listening for. So I had to go back and play him multiple jingles. I'm like, it's this line, this line, this line. So I want to implore everybody, if you're a new listener or you've never picked up on it, go back and just listen to like the first 15 seconds of every episode, and you'll realize that we change a line in the jingle every single week.
It's the Jef Clo Podcast show. And then right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the last week, it was, you might think that we're idiots, but clearly you don't know that it's the Jef and Clo. I almost said Jeff and Show.
Yeah, you did.
Which Carrie Ann had a prop. Like when we started the podcast, she would constantly call it Dave and Clo, which would drive me batty. It would drive me batty.
I like the ring of it,
I'm
though.
sure you do.
She may have a point.
Well, the problem is she did it so many times that I would refer to it, and then I would call it Dave and Clo. It's just one of those things where you're exposed to it enough. So regardless of whether he touches them, he's always caught red-handed.
Oh, Jeff. I'm so sorry you went there.
Well, if for some reason I, order an Amazon package and a man with a rifle comes to deliver it and shoots me in the neck, you can work on the Dave and Clo show with the branding as a solo.
In this scenario, you're still alive, but you can't speak because you've been shot in the neck.
Right.
So that's good.
Well,
it's got a happy ending.
I appreciate
it's happy
the
for
fact
all
that
of us.
You know what? Anybody who knows me will know that if I am in a situation where I can't speak, DNR. DNR, okay?
Don't. No, what is DNR?
Do not resuscitate.
Oh,
pull the plug.
I knew that.
I'm just saying, if that's the case, Or I'll tell you what, I'm going to be the loudest sign language user ever.
Yeah, that's funny.
Speaking of which,
You're all
episode
banging
21,
pots and pans.
episode 21, we have discussed we're going to do the entire episode in sign language. So that's going to be interesting. It'll be about 45 minutes of silence for you, but it's going to be fantastic for us.
In honor of John Cage.
John Cage.
I knew you wouldn't know that reference.
Nope.
He was a avant-garde composer, and he had written this piece called 433, and he basically, it was a piece that was absent of any intentional sound. So basically the composer or the artist would come out to the stage, sit down at a piano and open up the lid and sit in silence for 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
What?
Yep. Silence.
Ugh. That's bad.
In honor of Simon and Garfunkel's
I know that's
Sound of Silence. Yeah. Yeah, our podcast for 45 minutes or longer in silence would be even worse.
I know, but that's not art to me. That's just stupidity.
What are you saying about our podcast in sign language?
Well, we haven't gotten there yet. Well, then that will be stupid. But right now, everything has been absolutely audible. You know, I'm going to tell you the Love Benders, the band I'm in, years ago, we were playing at this outdoor venue in Columbus, and it was kind of thin crowd early on. It was summertime, and it was still, sunlight.
They were people that don't eat much.
No, not that type of thin crowd. The crowd was, there were not that many people there. But the majority of the people that were there, the majority of the people that were there, it was, I don't remember what it was, but it was a group of deaf people. And I will tell you that I was made aware of this early on. I have never moved around on stage as much as I did that night because I felt like I have to visually represent the music. It was like Jeff doing the interpretive dance. I mean, I was all over the place, bouncing to the beat. I'm like, they're going to enjoy this because this is the majority of our crowd right now. I know they can't hear anything that we're playing, so I'm going to make sure that they know that we're rocking it.
So the one guy is probably signing to the other. I love coming to see this band because the lead singer is such an idiot. Just watch. You'll see what I mean. And then you're all bouncing around. He's like, yep, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. No, I mean, I didn't look like a idiot, but I was much more animated than I would have been. But yeah, that's definitely a challenge to be a band or a musician and perform for a crowd of deaf people. So,
well, a church that I go to here in Brentwood, Tennessee, built the world's first deaf sanctuary, and they have a whole congregation.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
Get it?
No.
Oh. Go ahead.
Leave it there. Anyway, so they put speakers in each seat, so the music that they do vibrates, and they can feel the music, and I guess they love it. They absolutely love it. Sing to the top of their lungs, and they kind of keep people out from going in that aren't part of that community.
If they put the music in the seat, they might love it for more reasons than just the fact that it's a musical experience.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying.
I'm cutting that out.
I'm just saying. Well, just saying. We know you're deaf, but we know you're also human.
Oh, God.
You have, just like the guy behind Dave on the Greyhound bus, you have needs. Episode 3. Yes, knees, I know. But yeah.
I knew
but
it was
no,
a
that's pretty
mistake
cool.
to tell you that story.
No, it's all right. And you know what? Obviously I'm so thankful that I'm blessed with, the
huge gut,
the sense of sound, not sound, but hearing.
That was profound.
But I will say, while I do not mean to offend any deaf people whatsoever, I'm quite positive we're not going to offend deaf people because they're definitely not listening to this podcast. Unless they're at your church, and then they're just feeling it in vibrations.
in their seat. Yeah.
Yes, right in their seat. Which your one friend who rode the bat, he won't enjoy it. He'll only enjoy it half as much.
The one friend that what?
That rode the bat.
Oh, rode the bat. Oh, what's wrong with us?
I'm only getting 50% as much enjoyment as everyone around me. What's wrong?
And by us, I clearly mean Jeff.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes it's okay to skirt that line. We're still doing this in a way that if you've got a 5-year-old in your car, they don't know what the heck we're talking about.
Yeah, but that line keeps moving. And it's like things that comedians would say 10 years ago, they'd never say today.
Well,
so this is out there forever now.
That's okay. We're
it's all Jeff. Don't blame me.
Paving the road. We're paving the road is what we're doing for a new tomorrow.
Oh, okay. All right.
Jef and Clo paving the road for a new tomorrow. I'm pretty
Jeff
sure that's
and Schaefer. Shaving the road.
Dave and Clo paving the road for Carrie Ann to continue to drive Jeff crazy with the name of the show.
I'll give you all the credit for some of this.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Give me all the credit and the blame. I'll take it.
All right.
All right. We are.
I got to go, man. Let's get out of here.
Okay, fine.
No.
Real quick, want to remind everybody, August 24th, we're going to be at Lucky's Buckeye Cruise fundraiser. You'll get to see Dave Clo perform his solo set, then a short little set by Jef and Clo, and then I will be playing with the Love Benders after that. That's from noon to 6. Lucky's
and the day
Hilliard.
before that, and the day after that, I'll be up in Put-in Bay with Mr. Chris Logston.
Yes. And then September 28th, Dave, we're working on this. We're coming up with songs that you've never heard before and just all kinds of stuff.
We're
not going to
coming
play
up
very
with
long.
new notes that haven't even been invented yet.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, sharps, flats. We're working on hepatitis G and a brand new note that is an R flat. So come hear an R flat for the first time in the history of music. That's September 28th. We're going to be opening for Crossfire and the band Toby Lee and Mustang Sally. So we have tickets, $25, $30 at the door. You can email me at jef@jefandclo.com and I will get those tickets to you.
Remember, that's one F, people.
Yes,
just
J-E-F,
one F.
that's why I spelled it. And we'll also have tickets with us at the show at Lucky's on August 24th. And then remind everybody you can go to jefandclo.com and you can order your Jef and Clo hat. Pretty soon I'm going to work on getting that t-shirt available for everybody.
The iTooth.
Yeah, that's right, the iTooth t-shirt. And then the street team, if you guys want to get some cards and put those out and help promote it, I want cards at jefandclo.com. Email us at iwantcards@jefandclo.com. If you want to be an advertiser or a sponsor, email us at sales@jefandclo.com. And I think I ran through those plugs pretty quickly.
Yes, you did, man.
We had a long episode last week. We want to make it more digestible this week. So let's wrap this up, Dave. I know you need to go.
Yeah, this is a big week for me. I'll be at the NAMM show here in Nashville.
That's right.
Selling my 3-sided posters and my You're in a Band books by Hal Leonard, published by Hal Leonard, and the Very Young Rock Star guitar book, and other things.
Can people find those online?
They can, yeah.
Where at?
Even Amazon has the books.
All right.
The posters, I'm not sure yet if they're there.
Okay.
I got new distribution, and I don't know if they put it there yet.
Well, we'll figure that out and plug it next week.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
All right, brother. Well, it was fun as always.
Yep.
And I will see you this weekend.
Yes, you will.
All
That'll
right.
be exciting.
Love you, Dave.
Love you too, Jeff.
Bye.
Bye.
So regardless of whether he touches them, he's always caught red-handed.
Oh, Jeff. I'm so sorry you went there.
Brain fart.